Now about online assessment. Uh, we had to. I had to make these activities from the GC. I had to transfer them to the online to the online mode as a consequence of COVID. Um, for example, well, the project I was describing was this academic research in which it clearly, the programming clearly indicates, obviously, face-to-face, it clearly indicated the steps we had to follow, but I had to find a way to transfer them to the digital environment, the long distance. As I told you, I posted this on the Google Classroom, giving them specific dates they had to meet with Google folders they have to use to upload their work. And this digital tool, sorry, I cannot show you how it worked because as it was during the COVID pandemic, um, we no longer have access to that tool anymore. That's why I cannot show you evidence. I'm sorry. But anyway, if you're familiar with Turnitin, if you remember, you can see their work. It helps you to find imperfections with um, grammar, punctuation, etc. And also, I was able to transfer this the scoring aspects. Well, I would use this in each of their individual work, but I was able to use this step by step, showing this. So in case they were awarded five, well, when they submitted their plan, if I gave them a five, I mean the 5 points that the rubric states. I'm sorry, this was draft. Okay, whichever the score I gave this student, they would perfectly know what was the criteria behind it for the plan, for the first draft. And well, this is with more detail. I would use, as I told you, the Turnitin, and I was able to transfer the Turnitin lets you, because that powerful tool, you can set up your the rubrics you are going to use. So each of these aspects, I was able to use on Turnitin. So again, students perfectly knew. Once I had marked their work, I had scored their work, they would perfectly identify why I had given them the score. And then I would, those specific points, I was able to transfer them here in order to get the final score. Now, students, at the beginning, they were familiar with uploading work and having their work checked on Turnitin, because they have to become familiar with that platform. What they were not very familiar with was with my using these rubrics. They were used to be scored using a holistic scheme. So at the beginning, they didn't read carefully each of these items, but when they once they had uh, other simulations, other similar tasks, they had to get used to once they had been given a mark, they have been given a score, and they started asking, because we were limited. There were restrictions. Well, we had very little time face to face. They had to get used to going back here and check each of the details. They could see this on Turnitin on the one hand. On the other hand, as I mentioned before, Turnitin lets you, additionally, it lets you give the student a voiced note. So once you use this very detailed matrix, this chart, you could complement the feedback you would give your students using a voice note. I can tell you that it really worked. I was very happy with the result.